You're watching.
Welcome to Your Region This Week. I'm Anandi Carol Woolery. In this episode, we take a look at how to shop local with a brand new micro market taking center stage in downtown Kitchener, and we get details about a ghost walk bringing tourists to the community of Baden. But first, here's a look at the headlines. In Waterloo Region, there have been 5 suspected overdose or drug poisoning related deaths in a 10-day span. Officials have issued a community drug alert. Last week, the Kitchener Consumption and Treatment Services drug checking program found high-potency fentanyl and liquid fentanyl, among other drugs, in samples submitted during the last week. The City of Cambridge breaks ground on a new recreation complex. Construction has officially started on the new recreation complex in the south end of the city. This following a groundbreaking ceremony on Thursday. The Cambridge Recreation Complex will include a number of amenities like a 10-lane, 25-meter swimming pool and a warm water leisure pool, and 3 FIBA-sized basketball courts. Construction is expected to be completed in late 2026. Summer-like temperatures in Waterloo Region broke records that have been held since 1920. The official recorded high on October 21st was 25.6 Celsius, according to weather experts with Environment Canada. Temperature records were also set in Guelph, Oakville, and Oshawa, while most of southern Ontario enjoyed above average temperatures. The City of Brantford is inviting the public to come and celebrate the completion of the Phil Hartman mural. The event will take place on November 4th, kicking off at 4:30 p.m. The city commissioned Drift Mural Co. to create the mural to honor the late Phil Hartman, a well-known comedian and actor.
Waterloo Regional Police robbery team is seeking the assistance from the public in an ongoing robbery investigation. On September 7th at approximately 1:50 a.m., police responded to the report of an armed robbery at a gas station in the area of Margaret Avenue and Guelph Street. An unknown suspect entered the business on foot, wielding a knife and demanding cash from an employee before fleeing the area and heading north towards Margaret Avenue. Investigators would like to identify and speak to the individual pictured in connection to this incident. Anyone with information is encouraged to call Waterloo Regional Police or leave an anonymous tip with Crime Stoppers. Leave a tip in one of 3 convenient ways: the toll-free number at 1-800-222-TIPS, a secure online tip with WaterlooCrimeStoppers.com, or by mobile phone at p3tips.com.
Coming up, a haunting travel through time with a local ghost walk.
When you Google Castle Kilbride, you'll see that there are about 3 main legends that go along with the house, and those are covered on the tour.
Hey folks, it's me, Giovanni Petiti, the host of Not Tonight. It's the new late night talk show right here on Rogers TV. We got fabulous guests, a lot of laughs. It's just like the Jimmy Kimmel Show, if you order the Jimmy Kimmel Show on Wish. So join me Sunday at 10 o'clock right here on Rogers TV. Nice.
My name is Matthew Rutledge. I'm a 60 scoop survivor, born in Red Lake. Was adopted from there to Toronto at the age of 4. A lot of our brothers and sisters, family members got separated from each other. That was the government's goal, to break that connection from brothers and sisters. Basically taking the Indian out of the child. Right now, they're still trying to find themselves. Originally, my birth name is Harvey Halverson. In my high school days, teens, I was trying to fit into society. I knew I was First Nations, but I didn't know who I was inside. I think later in life, I started that journey. I am proud Anishinaabe man, who I am now. I love life, who I am.
The City of Kitchener staff are asking you to watch what you are flushing and dumping down the drain.
So the city has just released its first integrated sanitary master plan, which looks at new planning policies, growth projections for the city, and the existing condition and capacity of our sanitary sewer network. We have over 850 kilometers of sewers and 23 pumping stations, and we're anticipating an additional 150,000 people will be using this system by 2051. There's really two sides to the utility, and that is the capital replacement or rehabilitation side and the operations and maintenance side. And on the operations and maintenance side, we do have an issue that is a recurring and consistent issue with our pumping stations, and in particular our pumps being plugged. Our pumps are plugged with things that are flushed through the toilet or poured down the drains that really don't belong in there. Things like underwear, shirts, towels, flushable wipes, feminine hygiene products, and other things. When these flow through the sanitary sewer, if they make it off of the private property, they end up at our pumping stations and they get sucked into the pumps and restrict the flow of those pumps, forcing us to shut down the pumps and send out crews to unplug them and get them up and running again. So we're spending over 15 hours a week unplugging pumps at pumping stations. And in addition to that, we have about 300 locations throughout the city on the 850 kilometers of sanitary sewer that we also see things like grease buildup and other stoppages which need to be maintained on a consistent basis. So throughout the year, we'll visit those 300 locations with specialized equipment and a full-time crew of people to clear those blockages. So it adds up. It's a significant expense, and we would much rather allocate our resources to preventative maintenance and to things to ensure the system's functioning well, rather than this reactive maintenance. And really, it's preventable maintenance. It's things that we wouldn't need to deal with if these things weren't flushed into the drain. The most obvious example is you're cooking up some bacon and the bacon fat is a nice liquid in the pan. You're done cooking and you just tip the pan down the drain and gone it is. The reality of the situation is that fat then hardens when it gets into the sewer and it starts to build up and build up and build up until the sewer doesn't flow anymore. So the best approach for that is to throw some paper towel in the pan to let it soak up all that grease and then put it into your green bin. It's really important to remember only flush the 3 Ps, so pee, poop, and toilet paper. Nothing else belongs in there. Anything else like flushable wipes, they're too robust, they don't break down in the system, and they plug up the pumps. The consequence of plugged up pumps or plugged sewers that don't get maintained is basement flooding, backed up toilets, which is obviously a huge inconvenience and in a very expensive restoration project that likely nobody wants to undertake. So it would be helpful for us if the public didn't flush those things, and ultimately it would be helpful for the public as well.
Buying local just got a lot easier for those visiting Kitchener's downtown core. It's a collaboration between the City of Kitchener, Waterloo Region Small Business, and Liftoff. Square Peg Micro Market offers entrepreneurs a community space to showcase their wares.
So welcome to Square Peg. This is our downtown retail pop-up space. Every month or so it's something different, and we give local entrepreneurs access to space so they can try out running a brick and mortar store and maybe someday open a shop in downtown Kitchener. This month we're doing something different where instead of it being one business for a month, it's a shared multi-vendor market. So the micro market has 10 different vendors each week. It's open from Wednesday to Sunday, and it's a different group of businesses every week. So instead of one person getting the space for a month, we've got 50 people that get to try out having their own little corner of a downtown Kitchener shop. I think that our community is so rich with talented artists and entrepreneurs. Rent is extraordinarily expensive, and so this pop-up shop makes it possible for a new business or somebody who's been selling online to actually be able to have a downtown prime location. It's right next to City Hall. It's right in the heart of our community, and they can try out setting it up and taking over a store. And it's fun with this micro market. They also get to know this community of entrepreneurs and see, and instead of having the whole store, they have their own little corner that's just for them. Just that it's so important to support local, and we do have such a rich diversity of creative people and businesses in this town, and we love downtown Kitchener. It's weird and wonderful on purpose, and that's why we named it Square Peg, because we are square pegs in round holes and proud of it. So come on out and support a local business. So you can look on our downtownkitchener.ca website. It's also being shared on everyone's social. So this was a collaboration with the Small Business Center as well, and an organization called Liftoff. And so everyone's going to be sharing it on their Instagram, and the City of Kitchener one as well. So either the @DT Kitchener or the @City of Kitchener or the Waterloo Region Small Business Center would all be good places to check. They're all going to be doing posts to share the social accounts of all the artists that are in the space.
Following in the footsteps from the past, Castle Kilbride is giving those curious about the local haunt a real scare. Here's a look.
Halloween and ghosts go hand in hand, and it's perfect for Castle Kilbride. We've been offering ghost walks here. We've partnered with Ghost Walks, which is a company out of the Niagara region. And I actually was on one of their tours in 2018, and it was a similar house, and I thought, this would be a perfect fit for Castle Kilbride. So in 2019, we only did 3 tours. And then, of course, we had to pause for COVID. And then we started up again last year. And we had so much interest in it that we decided that for this October that we would do every Friday and Saturday night. Oh, there's so much folklore and legend that goes along with the house that with Ghost Walks, they were able to create a script and a story to go along with it. And they have masterful actors that are able to give the tours through the house and make it really come alive. When you Google Castle Kilbride, you'll see that there are about 3 main legends that go along with the house, and those are covered on the tour. Probably the most famous legend is the story of a child that falls down the stairs here, and that is probably the one that everybody knows the most. That's one that dates back to like the 1960s, 1970s kind of thing of people passing by the castle. The Ghost Walks have really brought out a new dynamic of visitors for us, people that normally wouldn't visit a museum per se, and we found that we've had a whole new market because of those walks, and now they'll want to come back for Christmas or for other events that we offer. They can get tickets through ghostwalks.com and click on Castle Kilbride, and it'll come up with the dates that you want to go and the times as well. I will warn you though, they sell out very, very quickly. I've really learned to love the family and their stories and really bringing that to the forefront, because you can't really have a museum unless you have, the stories to go along with it. So we like to bring those to life. And the Ghost Walks has just been a different way for us to bring those stories, but still be respectful to the family that the descendants of the Livingston family.
Stay connected with City News Kitchener. You will find what's making headlines here at home and around the world. Looking for traffic and weather information, plus the latest prices at the pumps? Click on the tabs to find out. Watch, listen, stay connected with City News Kitchener.
Hi, I'm Stacey Bester, the host of Sweet Occasions here on Rogers TV. I'm so looking forward to season 7, where we're serving up both sweet and savory dishes. I hope you'll tune in and enjoy all of the flavors that we have for you. And don't forget to make every day a sweet occasion.
Sundays for Paris is a service that we believe will help you discover more of God's promises and purpose for your life. A reminder that God is for you. Courtesy of Paris Community Church. Join us every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. on Rogers TV to be encouraged and pointed towards hope.
Steph here from The Cruise TV, the show where we talk about the people and stories behind the coolest cars on the road. Join us on Sundays at 8 p.m.
Personal finance show that dares to ask those money questions you've always wanted to. Join Mike Bregueth when he talks with experts on all aspects of money. Money Matters with Mike Bregueth, Thursdays at 8 p.m. on Rogers TV.
Today, I helped a senior find transportation to an important medical appointment.
Today, I helped a new mom find virtual programming so she didn't feel so isolated.
Today, I helped someone understand new government supports.
Every day, 211 navigators connect Canadians to critical government and community programs and services.
211. Help starts here.
In sports, a Laurier swimmer returns from the Paralympic Games with a bronze finish for Canada.
In the prelim, I qualified third, so I knew that there was a shot at medaling in the final, but I try not to focus on that because I can't, think about other swimmers. I have to just do my race plan. And I touched the wall, and the first thing I did was look at the board because they kind of highlight the top 3, and I saw I touched third, and it was honestly surreal. I saw my dad and my aunt up in the stands. My dad was crying. He was probably happier about it than I was. But it was really just a blur. It was such an amazing experience, and I'm really grateful, and being third in the world is I still haven't wrapped my head around it, so I am very proud of myself for that. I really thought that getting to meet a whole bunch of people from all over the world was really incredible, and seeing all kinds of different athletes across all sports. I made a lot of new friends and a lot of people I would not have met necessarily through swimming alone, so I was really grateful for that, as well as just getting to be able to experience my first games and see the atmosphere of that. It was really something special, and yeah, I had a really good time when I was there.
We sat on this pool deck with her on the computer to watch her live win her medal. So we were all thoroughly engaged and just caught up in the moment, and it was just come on, and we're trying to pull her along to get there to that medal, and it was pretty exciting at the end when she touched the wall. She has a very strong skill set with her underwater kicks. I was watching, when we were watching her do that at the Paralympic Games, I was watching the camera angles and her skills underwater, and she has a fairly good hold on the water, feel on the water. Her underwater kick was quite good. There's a few things, of course, as a coach, which you always see, and you go, oh, I'm going to fix that and tweak that one little thing when she comes in and make it even stronger. But she has pretty good feel on the water and pretty good determination when she's in the water to be competitive.
I chose to come to Laurier because of Kathy. She has been very supportive of me, and I've known her since the Canada Games in 2022, and just having her as someone that I already knew, like in the OUA community, and then also like how excited she was about having me on the team, that was what really sold me for here. And also like the team is so unbelievably supportive.
She just comes with so much togetherness. She has the mindset to be training, committed, comes all the time, gets herself ready, gets herself going. I mean, it doesn't take away from the nerves that she may have towards performance, but you know what? When she's in the pool, she is an attacker. She will go after it and try and get what she wants in the moment.
I would really like to start by thanking my mom and my dad. They have been my biggest supporters from day one, and are the ones who've helped me go to practice early in the morning and make sure I'm fed and rested. So I really appreciate everything they've done for me. And then also my teammates both back in Oakville and here. Like, I've never had so much support in my life, and I'm so grateful for it. Of course, I'm grateful for my extended family, my aunt who came out to watch and support me. That meant the world. My friends have been so unbelievably supportive of me throughout this journey, and like, I could not ask for more from anybody. My coach Dave, I have only swam for Oakville for 2 years, but he's done everything he can to help me get to this level, and I probably wouldn't be here with a medal around my neck if it wasn't for him. And he believes in me probably more than anyone else I've ever met, so like, I can't thank him enough.
For more local sports stories, check out 519 Sports Online. Darren Stevenson and his team work to bring our community stories about local athletes. Visit 519sportsonline.ca.
Still ahead, it's not just ballooning around.
We're super excited. It's called Theater of Whimsy, and it's an international variety show coming into KWLT. Expect the unexpected. So part of the reason that I do this here is because we rarely have variety shows, and variety shows in the sense of bizarre and unusual experiences.
Hey, Chef D here. Join me Saturdays at 4:30 for At Home with Chef D, season number 10. Thanks so much for that. Hey, we're gonna go back old school. We're gonna join Julia Child and Graham Kerr and some of their great recipes and share some of their passion with you. At Home with Chef D, Saturdays at 4:30. Won't you join me?
Cooking with Chef D.
This is a perfectly healthy child. What's unhealthy are birth alerts, a racist practice that may stop this Indigenous mother from going home with her newborn. Become an ally. Rise above racism in healthcare.
Sports is life. It's clear cut. Everything's out in the open. There's nowhere to hide. I had to prove myself more than anyone else.
You must be so proud of your son. He's gonna go pro. The sky's the limit.
There's always a winner and a loser.
You cannot reach the sky in broken cleats.
Of course, I always want to be the winner. And I did reach the sky.
Norman Kwok, the first Chinese-Canadian professional football player, still holds records to this day. He retired from the sport in 1960 and later became Lieutenant Governor of Alberta.
And finally, for us, stepping into Drew's world of whimsy. A local balloon artist and entertainer prepares for an upcoming variety show performance.
We're super excited. It's called Theater of Whimsy, and it's an international variety show coming into KWLT. Expect the unexpected. So part of the reason that I do this here is because we rarely have variety shows, and variety shows in the sense of bizarre and unusual experiences, people that are experts. So if you know me, you know that I like playing with balloons, right? Cucumber! But I've also learned that it's important, if I can get this out of my pocket. Come on, you. See, this is what happens. As an entertainer, we have things in our pockets, and then they get stuck, and then the children laugh at us. There we go. It's important to remember to be flexible.
Interesting.
Yes, I mean, it's a bad pun. So we will have some eccentric performers. We're going to have a bubble artist. We have balloon artists. We have magicians this year. It's going to be a really fascinating mix. I don't anticipate playing too much with balloons. I'm getting more into what I would call slapstick basic comedy. For example, it's nice to always have a cookie jar on you, right? Because you can have a cookie and, you know, that's great. But some of my items, you know, people get nervous in my house because you never know what's going to happen. And so we have like stupid gags like that, but we also have a lot of sophisticated stuff going on as well. So generally speaking, we're aiming for a family that's just going to have a good time. You want to come in and have some fun laughs and forget about what's going on in the world. This is a place to do it. You're going to be totally entertained, and no matter what, when you leave, everyone's going to have a different favorite artist, which is perfect. That's our goal. This year, the MC is going to be myself plus my friend Tawny Bubbles, and she's out of Las Vegas. And then we have people from the Chicago area, Portland, Florida, and as well, lots of Canadians coming in as well. So that's going to be really cool. So it's quite a mix, and our director this year is coming in from England. It is coming up on November 7th and 8th, and to get tickets, all you have to do is go online and type in Theater of Whimsy. It will bring you to a website, and you can click on tickets right there. Tickets are selling fast. The Friday night's likely to sell out very, very soon. So if you're thinking of coming, KWLT is a beautiful, tiny little space. There's only 60 seats in there, and it's a lot of fun to be in a close audience, and you're with us. You're right there with us. So we all laugh together, and that's the best part.
That's our show for this edition of Your Region This Week. Thanks for watching. I'm Anandi Carroll Woolery. See you next time.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
For me, it all started here.
I do my best work here.
This guy's dangerous from here, here, and here.
We're watching history in the making here.
And our fans are up here. I'm here for it. It's all about what's up here and what's in here.
Sportsnet, here for hockey.
Are you low on food? Struggling to pay the bills? Overwhelmed by life's challenges?